So let's try this. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? Oh my god, what? What? Holy! What the hell? Awesome. What in the name of Star Wars is that? Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic, I mean, always special. The PTR is online and we now can test the systems. And yes, I tested the systems, but first things first, it will stay open until Monday, so the 10th of November. But what exactly can you test on the PTR right now? It's quite simple, it's heavily focused on quality of life improvement, but there are also several changes to major systems that we will look into in a dedicated Siege and War system video. But anyway, the new bank system, awesome. Instantly sorted everything and you can see what is in what bag, and you can take out the bags or you can take out the content of the bags or the entire bag, and then of course the items will disappear there. This is awesome. This is great. And another great addition are the favorites. And the awesome thing there, you can set quantities of items there and then you can quick select them out of your bank. And this is a very great feature when you want to equip yourself as a mage or as a fighter and you're having a lot of materials and items and stuff you need for your fight, the bandages, arrows and whatever stuff. You can instantly equip that with one click. And this works perfectly. The problem is it doesn't work when the items are in bags, but this will change and will be fixed. Starboard already confirmed that, which is great, So now for a fixed system, you can go to your bank, go to your favorites, click on that button and bam, you have the stuff in your inventory instantly. This is awesome. On top of that, Starboard changed the 500 item limit to 1000 items. So you don't have to resort your banks and reorder everything. On top of that, stack limit sizes were raised. And yes, you heard correct. The stack size of materials like wood, metal, extraction materials and stuff like that is raised to 100,000 a stack. They also raised for some small items the stack size from 10 to 100. But it seems they forgot the Ogmir pipe, or maybe it's the balance. I don't know. But all in all, this new interface of the banking system will save a lot of time for every one of us. Doesn't matter what you play, how you play, it doesn't matter. And that is awesome. Because people can now focus their time more on the stuff that is fun in the game instead of sorting their banks and stuff or needing 5 minutes to equip themselves a lot of times a day when you're doing a lot of PvP. And here directly to the next thing that can save you a lot of time is the new Wayshrine. So they are looking like exactly this one, and you need to discover them first before you can travel with them. So this is exactly what I did here. So I've walked to this one. I first tried to figuring out how it works. You basically once interact with the Wayshrine, and now when you're dead, when you are a ghost, you can interact with the Wayshrine and can port to the next Wayshrine. Oh no, outlaws on my horse. No, go away. Oh no. Oh no. And this is exactly where the Wayshrines come in handy. So now I'm dead, and now I'm reviving myself in Galkor. So this is the Ether Wayshrine of Galkor. We are going to interact with that. So now it's safe. Awesome. So you can only travel in ghost mode and you have to interact with the Wayshrine, pick a Wayshrine location and then let's go. And after each use of such a Wayshrine, you're getting a strange spirit debuff. This will prevent you from using another Wayshrine for 20 minutes. But the best thing is when you're dead, you're having in your inventory the button to travel to the nearest Wayshrine. The nearest Wayshrine that you have unlocked. Also nice to know there is a huge difference between the low graphic settings and the high graphic settings. These here are on ultra low, everything on ultra low. And here on compare, everything on ultra. And I think it looks, how does it look? Oh, it looks, where's the, it's coming. Looks way better than on low, of course. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not controlling anything. This is completely automatic. I can also cancel that. And bam, you will be back at the Wayshrine where you started. This is great if you change your mind last minute. And this system will save a lot of time for a lot of people. And I've also had days where I wouldn't log in because, oh, we are doing that today, or the guys are doing this, or this group is doing that. And like, Ash, Betsson, are you coming? And I'm like, okay, I'm having a 3-hour window. And like, okay, I need to ghost 1.5 hours. Oh, no, I don't have time today. I'm doing something else, sorry. But with the Wayshrines for people with shorter time windows, it's awesome. It's so great. It will save so much time. So and the third really big thing in this patch were the Caravan Campsites. So this is the Caravan Campsite outside of the Minor dungeon, and every campsite has a priest, a banker, a magic vendor, a utility vendor, a taskmaster with the new specific dungeon tasks, and 2 caravan mercenaries. One very specific note from Star Wars here. These campsites are not safe zones. They are not meant to be safe zones. A larger or stronger force can still attack these campsites, but they make dungeon access easier and offer limited banking space and a little bit of supplies. This will lead to more PvP in front of dungeons, more PvP in dungeons and around dungeons, which is a great addition, which is a very great addition. Before, people built houses there to supply themselves, which they still will do, of course, but not everyone have have the time or can afford a house and stuff, and maybe a dungeon group of 5 people, or I don't know, just want to try a dungeon once, and then okay, then you have at least a location where you can bank a little bit, and then you can maybe try it when not the big Zerg guilds are in there. And of course, the counter argument of the Caravans is that it's too casual for some. But the PTR is out since 1 day, so I don't know. But I guess we will see how it plays out on the live server. I mean, the accessibility of dungeons will be easier, even for established guilds. Now to the Caravan guards. They are there to protect you from crime, but when you are blue, you can still hit them without getting criminal. You can also hit the other NPCs on the Caravan side, and you won't get gray. But when you turn gray, then they will make damage on you. I don't know if that is intended or not, but when you now turn real gray, so when I'm looting that, I'm turning gray, and now the guard react, and now he's hitting me for real. So with a small group, you can overwhelm these guards, so it isn't meant to be a real safe spot. It's more like the jungle camp or the cave camp in smaller with 2 guards. And there are Caravan guards, so they are not so good like real guards. Okay, now to the topic where a lot of you guys wrote me like, Spetzer, they did it! They did an in-game shop! Some hate it, some love it. Either way, it's more money for Star World, and more money for Star World means more development of this game, and more development of this game means more fun. So yes, and it's only about cosmetics like cape, emotions, fatalities. How this new shop works is you pay your normal subscription, and every time you pay your subscription, you're getting a few coins. And with that coins, you can buy in that in-game shop a few capes, a few extra emotes, and there will be maybe more stuff in the future. I mean, I made a lot of polls about the subscription system and about the in-game shop system and stuff, but the overall opinion seems to be mixed, so we will see how this plays out. Please let me know in the comments if you like that kind of shop or not. So additional side note here, the values and the prices there are just for testing. So to our next thing, the UI and interactions were a little bit reworked. And this is great because you can resize the window however you like. And the best part is, it stays like that. So when you go to the next vendor, bam, awesome. One little thing here, the tooltip is missing, Starbolt, on that. That is the standing. There's a tooltip missing. Would be nice. But would be nice when the resize option would work with more windows. But UI programming in Unreal Engine is a nightmare, I guess, because the Unreal Engine framework wasn't designed for MMOs at all. And it makes it difficult with hundreds of data bindings. Also problem with the garbage collection, spikes become real performance killer when a UI widget gets created or destroyed in an MMO like that. So a 200 item player bank is a very high performance drain from the system. This is why they had initially planned the 500 items, but I guess a Star Wars programmer had to high-end performance program that very specifically just for that. But yeah, I don't know. But they also fixed some issues with GM whispers where people getting GM messages from normal players, which was highly concerning for some because some thought, oh, some players are GMs, which is not the case, So of course I rushed to Starboard instantly. It was just a bug in the UI framework. As I have said earlier, the Unreal Engine's UMG framework is very, very complicated. And on a programming scale of very, very hardcore, high-end difficult to very easy, it's a 9 out of 10. I've seen far worse shit. So of course, bugs can happen. So in short, to war and sieging, there will be a dedicated video for that. Guilds must now be at war for at least 24 hours before they declaring a siege. And wars can no longer end if a siege is incoming or ongoing. And wars automatically end after 14 days. I mean, the guilds will be at war anyway after the 14 days. I mean, there are guilds that having wars until now since over a decade. So I guess every 14 days the war will begin again. And on top of that, declaring war now gives an hourly upkeep cost based on the guild's average standing. So high standing guilds cost more to attack, while very negative standing guilds may be free to attack. Guild member lists now display an average standing, and the old 2 murderers requirement to declare a war is now removed, so you can declare a war every time. They also added no build zones around keep supply lines and adjusted the keep walls to prevent walling in and exploiting buildings. Also, existing structures inside these zones will be moved, with possible plan refunds later. On top of that, supply lines and supply storehouses can no longer be placed during an active siege, which is great! So now to some territory control changes. So resurrecting at a non-town priest now starts a 10-minute timer. Dying again within that time adds a resurrection cooldown, which increases each time you quickly die to prevent priest camping at least a little bit. Keep owners now receive enhanced region buffs inside their regions when they control an area that is connected to their keep, or connected in an unbroken chain of territories to their keep. And there will be a minimum placement distance of 100 meters between identical TC structures like culinariums to prevent placement blockings. They also re-added the Bloodcore fishing task to the Farbonum fishing taskmaster task pool. But Starboard also improved the engine. They improved the PSO pre-caching to minimize hitching. When you quit the game, that the PSO file getting saved correctly to ensure better and smoother gameplay. There were also several optimizations made to the server, also to the item code and to the client. They fixed over 200 world and art bugs, but sadly not the one that is directly in front of my house. But no problem, it's way better than they fixed the pickable object, where on some occasions they were spawning underground or floating in the air. But this is now fixed, so the pickables should be there every time on the ground. They also fixed some tree collisions, and they added a safety net more or less, that you, when you teleport, that you don't fall under the map or underground. Anyway, this is an awesome big patch with a lot of quality of life features, with a lot of player time saving and conducting the player time more to enjoyable tasks instead of mundane tasks. So I think it's a great patch. A few but ifs and there and when, and I don't know how this plays out, but we will see. So please leave your opinion about the patch in the comments. Would be so nice to discuss about all the features in this patch. So these videos are a lot of work, so please leave a like and subscribe and share this video. Would be so nice, so great from you. And special thanks to all the supporters who are making all this possible: Carmel, Lucario, Mr. Minerva, Dem Tired, Ronus, Paternax, Cologne Bulldog, and you, of course. So thank you all for watching, and never forget to make party hard, patch hard, and have fun in Mortal Online 2. Please ring the bell, and see you all next time. Goodbye.